Okay, welcome back to the Sane Asylum, my dear patient state. We're gonna talk about me still having a crush on a girl I had when I was in 7th grade, and I'm 24 right now. I had this video planned. I had a plan that I was gonna post this video in August. August. Man, I wasn't lying, look at that. August, Aquinnah, I was gonna film it. Anyway, look at that. Coincidence? I think not. Look at this is all the videos that I have planned so far. Well, anyway, I was gonna make this video as is, but it's just a weird coincidence that this happened this week, well, yesterday. A couple days ago, I made a Facebook account for the first time in years since middle school, because I deleted my old one, but I'm never on Facebook, but I made a Facebook account just so I could start selling on Marketplace. That's the only purpose, was to sell my things on Marketplace to make some moolah, cash. Yesterday morning, I went on that Facebook account. I got a notification saying that I got a friend request. I thought that was a bit weird. And her name came up. She found me and I accepted the friend request. I thought about this hair. I thought about texting her like, oh, this is awkward. Hello, how are you, babe?
Hi, how are you?
But I can't do that. Even thinking about her makes my heart race. Like, everything about her. Because if you see her in person and then you see me, it's like, wow, now I get it. You know, I'm Shrek and she's Megan Fox. You know, she's the epitome of beauty. You know, she's not hot. You know, you call hot a stripper. She's definitely not hot. Like, she's beautiful, she's immaculate, she's amazing. There's this website called letterstomycrushes.com. For the past 6 months, I have been writing letters to her on this website. I first found this website scrolling on Instagram one night, and I thought to myself, I'm gonna check out that website. And at the time, I was thinking about Aquinnah. I always do. Aww. And it's not like I'm the only crazy one that does it. It's a website specifically made to write anonymous letters to your crushes. I mean, it's as anonymous as you want it to be. You can sign your name at the bottom, not use your name, doesn't matter. I wrote my first letter October 24, 2024. And every day since then, I've been writing letters to her every week or every month, depending on how I feel. I only write letters to her when I think about her, or I feel the need to. Everything you need to know about me and how I feel about her, they're in those letters. So far, I have wrote a total of 27 letters. By the time you see this video, it'll probably be 28 or 29. But everything you need to know about me are in those letters. I can't just text her on Facebook and say, oh, hey, thank you for friend requesting me. By the way, I still have a crush on you. You just don't do that, you know. Something like this, you just don't say in text. I have to talk to her. Not in a sexual way, but just, hey, how's it going type of thing, you know? I'm not expecting anything in return, but that is how I feel. If you're interested, anyone who's watching, read those letters. Just go to Google and type in letters to crushes, and then you have to look up the search bar. Then type in her name, Aquinnah, or type in my name, my real God-given name. Look at this, bro. You look up letters to crushes, search, type that, click that. You can type in her name, you can just type in mine. Let's just type in mine. You see that? Type in my name, Alyssa, my real government name. Look at that, they're all there. And you'll find all those letters. I actually recorded a video like this a couple months ago. This is my third time filming a video talking about her. The very first video I filmed was when I was living back in Tennessee. I filmed it, I edited the whole video, I was about to post it, and it was 3 hours long. So I gave up, deleted it. And then I filmed another video when I came back to Washington a month ago. Filmed it, edited it, and deleted it because it was trash. And then this is the third time that I'm attempting to talk about her in a video. Aquinnah is my deepest, darkest secret. My heart. Dude, if you can feel my heart is really racing right now. I need a haircut. Look at this. She makes me nervous. I know she's gonna find this YouTube channel because I have to text her because she made the first move, guys. So now it's my turn. You know, she friend requested me out of the blue, out of nowhere. Watch out! And I think she's waiting for me. I don't know if she's waiting for me, but it's weird, you know. 10 plus years not talking to each other. And then out of nowhere, watch out! Friend request. Bloop. Now it's my turn to make the next move. She's gonna say, you know, how you been? Oh yeah, I did this, blah blah blah. How are you? What are you up to? Then I go, well, I have a YouTube channel. YouTube channel?
Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have a YouTube channel? Remember that?
Do you have a YouTube channel?
You have a YouTube channel?
Then she's gonna find it. Because eventually she's gonna find my Instagram, and then she's gonna find the link on my Instagram to this YouTube page. I know it. It's inevitable. Before when she friend requested me on Facebook, every couple days I would go on Instagram and type in her name. Her Instagram is on private, but I just like to click on her profile just to see her. Even though I know that it's always going to be a private Instagram account, it just gave me a sign of hope, I guess, just to see her face. And then writing these letters, it gave me an outlet to talk about it because Cheyenne, every time when I talk about Aquinnah, Cheyenne says, you gotta move on, man. But I can't move on. I wish Aquinnah met me. Oh my god. You know what? No. I'm not gonna cry. I wish Aquinnah met me later in life instead of when she met me when I was 12, because I was a totally different person when I was 12. Because the only version of Alyssa that she knows is the version that she met. And I'm not that person anymore. I mean, I had no confidence in middle school. You know, I struggled with a speech impediment. I don't even think she knew, because our whole, I don't know, friendship was just texting. And then when school started back up again, you know what? In the first time that I saw Aquinnah was in 7th grade, second period, history class. I still remember what she wore. She had on a pink shirt. I mean, I knew that I liked girls before 7th grade, but I never actually saw a girl that I liked in person. She was my first crush. And then somehow, some way, she gave me her phone number. And then we started texting the summer break after 7th grade, so in the beginning of 8th grade, but we talked this summer after 7th grade, leading up to 8th grade. And for those 3 months of just texting, it felt real to me. I had other relationships with other girls, and in the future I dated a couple of girls, but none of them treated me the way that she treated me. And we never even dated. I always fall in love with the straight girls. I always do. But for those 3 months, Aquinnah she never made me feel like I was less than. She never made fun of me. The other girls that I dated in high school, they didn't really treat me that well. I just wish I had more time with her. It's not like she's dead, but I just wish she got to know the real me. Because in 7th grade, I was dealing with a lot of insecurities on my part. Because the whole time when we were texting, I kept saying to myself, when school starts back up again, how can I text? I mean, how can I talk to her in person? I stutter when I talk. I mean, not so much now because I been practicing, but how can I talk to her when I can't even pronounce my own last name? Because in 7th grade, I had a speech impediment. Not a lot of people knew about it because I would avoid certain words, but I couldn't pronounce my R's, couldn't pronounce my L's, and I would stutter when I talk. I don't even think she knew about it. So the whole time when we were texting in the summer, I just thought to myself, in my head, just overthinking, man, how can I talk to this girl when I can't even talk? She's gonna make fun of me, like, this is crazy. And then also, I have a condition called hyperhidrosis, which is excessive sweating of the hands. So I'm like, how can I hold her hand if we do date and my hands are constantly sweaty? It's disgusting, you know? So when the 8th grade started, we just slowly drifted apart. Some of it was on mine doing, and some of it was hers. I mean, I think it was me, but I think she just went along with what I did, because I slowly just stopped texting her. We had different social groups. I mean, she was more popular than I was. I mean, in 7th grade, man, I looked rough. This is what I looked like when I was in 7th grade. I looked rough. But for those 3 months, we texted every day for hours at a time, and it was fun. And then when 8th grade started, we just slowly drifted apart. And every time she would walk past me in the hallway, I tried my best to look the other way, because she makes me nervous, because I'm not perfect, but I want to be perfect for her. I have too many flaws, and I'm sure that Aquinnah, I mean, I know for a fact, she's not the judgmental type, but I get in my head a lot. And I just thought, I can never have a girl. I can never have a girl like her. So when 8th grade started, I was kind of a bitch to her. Well, not really a bitch.
Are you sure about that?
She was just the lack of things that I said. It was just, I just stopped talking to her. She's the only girl. I mean, I had many crushes after Aquinnah, and a couple of girls that I dated, but Aquinnah is the only girl that I can never forget. I moved on from my exes. I moved on from my many other crushes I had, but Aquinnah is the only one that I haven't moved on from. She's impossible to move on from. In high school, I had a phase which I completely am still disgusted by. In 10th or 11th grade, no, it was 10th grade, I think. I had a phase for like a couple of months where I tried to be straight. Because around that time, my brother, who's 40 years old, visited me for the first time. Because he left when I was born. We have a 20-year age gap. But anyway, hearing stories of my brother growing up, I thought he was this hero. I thought he was this cool guy, and then when I met him, I got disappointed. Because my mother always said that he was always a good person. Then when I met him, he wasn't. He's somehow racist, even though he's Korean. And he was very homophobic. He outed me to my parents before I even got the chance to say that I was gay to my parents. Like, he fully on just said, "Alyssa's a faggot. Do you know that?" And he said some things to me. And he said that, how do you... When I was younger, I tried to make others happy before myself. So I started dating briefly. I started dating guys, or a guy, well, 2 guys. I never kissed any of them because the thought of kissing another man is bleak. I remember here's the thing, I don't know how, but I get more attention from guys and then I do girls. And then I look like this. I don't understand that at all. But I remember I was holding hands with a guy. I don't even remember his name. That's how bad it was. Like, I don't even remember his name. I was holding hands with a guy, and Aquinnah was walking to class, and she just gave me this look of disappointment in her eyes. I still remember the look that she gave me as we walked past each other, as she saw me holding hands with a guy. She looks disgusted, confused, all at the same time. And I was holding hands with a guy like this. Like, he wanted to hold my hands like this because that's how you're supposed to hold hands. And I was like, I think she knew that I was trying to fake who I was to make others happy. But yeah, it was so awkward because he wanted to hold my hands like that, and I was like, yeah, it's awkward. I broke up with him like 3 days into the relationship. It wasn't even a relationship. And then I had another thing with another guy. I don't even remember his name. That's how bad it was. And then that ended about a week after. And then I said, I'm never going back. Yeah, but he wanted to kiss me, and we almost did. And I said, man, this is disgusting, man. But I think about that every day. She walked past me, and just the look on her face. Because I saw my reflection in her eyes. Because after she saw me, I thought to myself, what the fuck am I doing? That's not me. What the fuck was I doing with that guy? Just so I could make my brother happy, my parents happy. Fuck that. And that's the day that I broke up with him. But I broke up with him at lunch. I did. And he was like, okay. Like, okay. I just want her to know that I know that there might be times, or there were times where I may have given off a asshole kind of vibe, like, I don't care about you anymore. I always cared about you. It's just that in person, when I saw her, I tried my best to pretend she wasn't even there because I was so scared of not being perfect because I have too many flaws in me. When she would walk past me in the hallways, I would look the other way. You know, when she would try to talk to me, I would just look the other way. I'm scared to fall in love. I was scared, and I'm still scared. I'm scared to fall in love. It's weird. I care about her, but when it becomes real, I don't want it. I'm scared because both of my parents, they're still married, but they don't love each other anymore. And I don't want that with me and Aquinnah. You know, a college professor once told me in a sociology class that love ends in two ways, either in death or divorce. And that stuck with me. Love ends. Love always ends in death or divorce. It just always stuck with me. So seeing her on my computer screen yesterday, it became too real. Because you would think I would be happy. Oh, she knows that I exist. You know, she's thinking about me. But it became too real for me yesterday. You know, all these letters, all of these wasted letters. I mean, they're not wasted, but all of these letters that I wrote. They became real yesterday. I have to talk to her. I have to. I mean, she's gonna find out eventually. And I don't know how she feels. Even if she's somehow interested in me after all these years. I don't even know if I want anything to do with her. Because I'm not perfect for her. Is that messed up to say? Is it? Because if you ever, anyone watching this video, if you ever had the chance to talk to her, to meet Aquinnah, you'll know exactly what I mean. You want to be perfect for her. Aquinnah reminds me of a flower. You give a flower too much water, it dies. You don't give enough water, it also dies. She's too perfect for this world. I don't know what has happened within the past 4 years, but in 2021, 20-ish, I started to have a litany of health problems. I have empty cell syndrome, reactive hypoglycemia. I have a heart condition. What's it called? Forgot the name. And then I see eye flutters in my eyes. I see black spots in my vision. I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but listen. A week after I got my second dose of the COVID shot, a week after, I started slowly having symptoms of headaches, low blood sugar. And then I went to the doctor and they found that I have these conditions. It's like out of nowhere. I was healthy, going to the gym, working out. I almost had abs. I had a bicep vein. I looked hot. And then with these conditions, I can't go to the gym anymore. I'm fat. I weigh 136.4 pounds. I weighed myself this morning. I'm fat now because of my health conditions. Because with my low blood sugar, I find it very difficult to do any sort of exercise. I don't know what happened to me with all these health problems. Knowing that I do have health problems, I say to myself, how How can I give the life that Aquinnah wants when I can't even take care of myself? How can I give Aquinnah a happy life when I'm unemployed? I have no money. How can I give Aquinnah a happy life when I can't go 2 to 3 hours without eating food? Because if I don't, I pass out. How can I hold her hand when my hands are constantly sweaty? I have too many things fucked up with me. And she doesn't deserve that. I can't even walk my dogs anymore. Well, I can. I still do walk my dogs. I just can't walk them for an hour at a time. I have to walk them in 20-minute or 10-minute increments throughout the day so that I don't pass out. Because apparently walking or standing for long periods of time is too physically taxing on my body, so my body just passes out. I have social anxiety. When I talk to people, my heart begins to beat out of my chest. I'm just not good enough for her. Maybe in a perfect world, maybe we can be together, but in this one, we're not. That's the messed up thing about this. I'm still going to write letters to her. I always will. It gives me some peace of mind. Because who can I talk about this? I can't talk with this to my parents because they make fun of me for being gay all the time. I can't talk to my friend Cheyenne because she thinks that I should move on. I can't talk to my other friend, Allegra. No, actually, I actually can. But it's just hard because she doesn't know Aquinnah. So who else can I talk to? So that's why I go on that website and I write letters. I'm not asking her to love me back in any way. I'm not expecting that. I just need to become honest with myself. Because I told myself a year ago when I started planning what videos I need to make in the background, I told myself that this is a self-improvement channel. I need to be honest with myself and I need to grow up. I need to become mature and I need to face my secret is that I'm still in love with a girl who I never even dated. Everybody has their own little quirk. Mine is Aquinnah. And she doesn't even know it. In middle school, when I would ignore her up in the hallways or in class or just whatever, I would come home and just look her up on the computer, just stalk her. And she didn't even know. On Spotify, I made a playlist on Spotify with all of the songs that remind me of her. And I listen to it at least once a day. Is that weird? Is that obsessive? I mean, how can she love me back? I mean, I look absolutely horrible. I don't have a job. It's not that I'm not trying to find a job. I actually have a job interview on Thursday. I actually do. So by the time you see this video, I will either have a job or I'll still be looking for a job because I got rejected. But it took me 45 jobs to finally get my first job interview. She doesn't deserve me. Not that I'm like, oh, I'm too good for her, but she doesn't deserve me in the aspect that I'm not good enough for her. I want to talk to her, I honestly want to know how she's doing, what she's been up to. But is it too late? I don't know. I looked up on the internet why I'm like this. Why I get so obsessive And it's rooted in childhood trauma. They're not wrong. I guess that I just have a hard time moving on, just because when a person shows me the slightest bit of kindness, I automatically say, oh, I'm gonna kill myself for you. Like, that's just how I am. Growing up, I never had anyone compliment me. Ever. Not my own parents. This morning, I told them good news. Hey, I have a job interview. It took me 45 jobs in 2 months, but I still landed a job interview. It took me 2 months, but I have a job interview. And they didn't say, good job. They just said, what are you gonna wear? Because you look gay. You can't go there looking like a guy. And I have professional looking clothes to wear. But they told me that no one is gonna hire you because of how you look. They constantly, it's this, and it's not even that too, it's just every day. They never compliment me on, oh, you're doing really good at the guitar or piano. It's, oh, why don't you play that song on piano? Why do you always play that song on the piano? Why do you listen to that music and not this? It's never, oh, good job. It's always, why don't you do this? Could you do this better? A couple days ago, my mom had some friends over, and her friend brought her 2 kids over, and my mom told me to go hide in my room because she doesn't want her kids nor her friends to know that she has a gay daughter. So I hid in my room for 8 hours just because my mom didn't want me to introduce me to her friends. And then when they left, my mom was fine. She was happy. I came out of my room and she goes, oh, her daughter plays piano. You know, my friend had to leave early because her daughter has a piano recital. And when she grows up, her daughter wants to play in Carnegie Hall. And then in my head, I'm like, you know I play the piano too, Mom. You know that, right? But I didn't say that. And then my dad's like, Carnegie Hall? Wow, that's impressive. I'm right fucking here. You know, I'm right here. Well, she must play very good piano, and her daughter is, I think, 9 or 10. My parents were just constantly disappointed in me. I'm sure that the kid is better at piano than I am, but they never compliment me. You know, sometimes I'll just be in the kitchen and my mom will just stare at me, and then I'll say, why are you staring at me? She goes, there's something wrong with your face. Then I go, what do you mean there's something wrong with my face? And then my mom just goes, I don't know, you just look like a man. You look like a man all the time. And then my dad, every time when I'm outside walking the dogs or just hanging out with the dogs in the backyard, he'll go, can't you put on some different clothes on? You're embarrassing me in front of the neighbors. You look like a guy all the time. So I think that's where I get it from. People around me never show any kindness towards me. So when someone opens a door for me, when someone talks to me nicely, when someone does anything nice to me, in my head, I'll commit murder for them. You know what I mean? Like, I'll jump off a bridge for them. Hey, I like your shirt. When somebody compliments me because I have cool shoes on or something, in my head I go, yep, I'm gonna jump off a bridge for you. So I just think that it's the same thing with Aquinnah. You know, she did one nice thing for me in 7th grade. And I can't ever forget it. I'm too depressed to be dating anyone. I don't date for fun, you know. I date to find the love of my life. And that's the thing, I don't even date. The last time I dated was when I was 17. I never had sex. I'm not looking to have sex. The last time I talked to an actual girl was when I was 17. Even when I had other crushes and dated other girls, when I was a lot older in middle school and high school, I never stopped thinking about Aquinnah. I know it may seem that way if you saw me, but I always thought about her. I always looked after her too. I always looked after her friends too. Caitlin, Bridget. I always looked after her friends because her friends had a couple of classes with me, and I always looked after them. She dated a couple of guys too in high school. I just hope that they treated her with respect. I think what kills me the most is thinking about the what if, what could have happened if I did this better, or what if we met each other in high school instead of middle school, or what if this, what if that. I think that's what kills me. Because we never got the chance to actually have a conversation in person. We never got the chance to kiss each other. We never got the chance to do anything together. That's what ruins me. It's the what if, the what could have been if things were different. This is gonna sound a bit cliche, but she's the one that got away. She really is. Katy Perry did it right. She is the one that got away. Summer after high school, when we first met. Like, literally. But instead it's summer after high school, or summer after middle school instead of high school, but same thing. We would make out in your basement playing Radiohead, and on my 18th birthday we got matching tattoos. Whoa. I always looked after Aquinnah. On the outside, I was a stone cold bitch. But on the inside, I always looked after Aquinnah. I was just scared of falling in love with her. Well, not falling in love because I already am, but I was just scared of not being good enough for her, because she deserves the world. Should I just delete this video? Should I? No. I have to post it. She's gonna find this video. She's gonna find this YouTube channel and she's gonna laugh at me or something. I don't think she will. She's not that person. But that's how I think, That's how mentally unstable I am. I don't know what to do. This is embarrassing. Because she's my deepest, darkest secret. I have nothing to hide, Nothing to hide. I share everything on the internet. The only thing I don't share is my address, my phone number, and my social security number. My life's boring, I wake up at 7 a.m. every single morning. I eat breakfast. I go out with my dogs for about 2 hours because I'm unemployed and I have that freedom. I go back inside. I apply for jobs, ? I film YouTube videos like I'm doing now. I play guitar, piano, I read a book, study Korean, watch YouTube videos. And then I write letters to a girl who potentially doesn't even think about me like that anymore. I just wanted to know that, that I'm sorry if I ever made you cry. I'm sorry. But I'm sure that she moved on. I'm sure. Because I'm not much worth crying about. I mean, look at me. I'm not much. I just wish things were different. I wonder what comes to mind when she thinks about me. I really do, because the only version that she knows of me was the version that she met in 7th grade. And that's horrible, because if I looked like this in 7th grade, my God. But that also shows how much of a good person she was, if she liked me when I looked like this. I read books now. I make my bed every single morning. I'm a totally different person now. Back then, I didn't really have any goals in life. My only goal was to not have sweaty hands and not be gay. You know, that was my only goal in life. And to also not have a speech impediment anymore. Which I did solve that. I would just come home from school, eat ice cream, and watch TV. I would do that every single day. I never took up any hobbies. I never did anything. Because I never thought I was worth anything. I always wanted to play the guitar and piano, but I never did anything about it. Because I never thought I would be good at it. You know, we all have our talents, you know. And mine, I don't have a natural gift at anything. You know, some people, they can learn an instrument and not have to watch a video on YouTube on how to play it. I don't have any natural talent. All the talent that I know how to do to this day is through practicing, is through working. I don't have a natural talent. So I just thought, being good at something you're just born with. I don't have any skill worth bragging about. The only skill that I can say confidently that I do know is that I'm very honest. Because you can see in this video is probably going to be an hour long, probably. And I'm not lying about anything. I'm very honest in all of my YouTube videos. And not a lot of YouTubers do that. They don't talk about all the other specifics in their lives. I have nothing to hide. Because I have nothing left to lose. One day, I am going to find someone who loves me for all of my flaws. There's not a single part of my physical body nor my mental body being that I like. There's no part of me that I like about myself, physical or mental. There's not a thing that I like. I hate looking at myself in the mirror. But for some reason, I have empathy towards other people. You know, I'm like, oh, bravo, good job. But when I do something, I always think, that was shit. That was poop. Oh, one good thing that I don't do anymore is that I don't cuss as often as I do. I have more of a expansion. I have more of a expended vocabulary than I did before. I just wish that she got to know the new version of me instead of the version that she meant. It's not fair. Life's not fair, man. I just want what's best for her. That sounds so cliche. Like, if you love her, just let her go, man. No. If you love her, then why let her go? Jesus. You know? You know, when people compliment me on my shoes, I get a lot of compliment on my shoes and my glasses a lot because I wear Jordans and I also have cool glasses. But when people compliment me on either one of those things, I always just say, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And in my head, I go, no, you're not. You're just saying that to be nice to me because you feel sorry for me. That's how I think. There's something mentally wrong with me. Even when I do get compliments, I never think that they're genuine at all. But yet, I complain of not getting compliments. But when I do get compliments, I genuinely think to myself, you're lying just so you can make yourself feel better or you can make me feel better. You actually don't think this is good. Genuinely. I think like that. I had never once received a compliment that I actually believed in my life. Whether it was true or not, I have never received a compliment in my life that I actually fully believed in my heart. I have never received a compliment that I actually felt proud of saying. You know, like for instance, when my friend Allegra, I mean, she does the same thing as I do, but she does Twitch. There's been a couple occasions where she goes, "Wow, man, you hit 100 subs. I'm so proud of you. One day you're gonna make it." And in my head, I go, "Thanks, man." But then I go, "No, you're not. You're not proud of me." That's messed up to say, you know? But I think like that. But when Aquinnah texted me for those 3 months, well, 2.5 months during summer break, first time in my life I actually felt like someone cared about me. For the first time. And I was only 12 at the time. I didn't really fully comprehend what was happening at the time. But that was the first time that I felt love. That's the first time that I felt anyone has paid any genuine attention to me. And so I had no idea how to handle that. So when 8th grade happened, I pushed her away because I'm not good enough for her. Even my friend Cheyenne, who I have been friends with since elementary school, even when she says nice things about me, I don't feel it in my heart. I just say, "You're just saying that because you're my friend. You're just saying that because you're bored. You're just saying that because you have nothing else to do. You're just saying that to be nice. Or you're just saying that because I said something nice to you, so you're just saying that back to me." Not even Cheyenne when she compliments me. And it's not her fault. It's not anybody's fault. It's just me. When someone compliments me, what you hear, what you read on text is, "Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You too, have a good day." But in my head, I say, "Fuck you," you know? I mean, I'm probably not that aggressive, but that's how I think. The only time I ever felt genuine appreciation was with Aquinnah. And the sad part is that it was only through texting. It wasn't calling on the phone or anything. It was just text. And I pushed her away. Even when I was dating a girl for 6 months, I fully on had an official girlfriend. Even when I was with her. When she said, "I love you." In the moment, at the time, I did love her because I thought that's what love was, but now I know that's not what love is. But even when she did say, "I love you," I felt it a little, but it was like, do you really? You know? Because that relationship wasn't all that. Moral of the story, don't date a straight girl. Because one minute they will say, "I'm straight," next minute they say they won't. And then they will bully you on the internet. Anyway, this video is not about her. I moved on. This video is about a sweet, sweet angel. Aquinnah. Even her name is beautiful. It's just Aquinnah. Like, it's so beautiful, you know? It's not like, it's Aquinnah, you know? It's beautiful. I can't even imagine. You know, her name's not... There's something mentally wrong with me. Even when I watch TV, I tend to get attached too easily to fictional characters. I have a bit of a problem when it comes to fictional characters on TV. I'll watch a movie and I'll get attached to the storyline and I'll make it my whole life. When I was younger, I would make fan pages on Twitter of my favorite fictional characters, and I would make daily posts on Twitter. And at one point, I got obsessed with the show Winona Earp, and I got up to over 1,000 followers on Twitter. Then I also made a fan account of Orange is the New Black. I did that one. I did a litany of social media accounts on fictional characters. When anybody shows the slightest bit of kindness, I'll do anything for them. That's my problem. But Aquinnah is the only person who I felt genuine connection with. Like, when she says hello to you, I actually feel like she's saying hello to me and not fuck you. When other people say, hello, I'm like, you're just saying hello just to be nice. But when Aquinnah says hello to you, she's actually saying hello. You know what I mean? Even when we texted, I never felt like I had to read in between the lines. Even when I would text my friends now, or when I texted I can't believe I'm saying my Sophia. I don't even like saying her name, but when I would text Sophia, sometimes I would have to read in between the lines. Like, do you really mean what you just said? But with Aquinnah, when I texted her, what she said is what she said. Why am I so aggressive in this video? Why? I was just crying 20 minutes ago, and now I'm insane. That's why they call me insane. That's why people called me crazy, weird, insane in school. Aquinnah witnessed some of the bullying in school. Nevin. I hated Nevin. I remember one day in history class, 7th grade, Nevin was on, I think he was on the computer, and I don't know what happened, what transpired, but Nevin said some mean things to me, and then I think I said something like, fuck you, man. Yeah, Aquinnah seen that happen. And then one day I had a John Cena shirt on.
And his name is John Cena!
And one of her friends, Leia, was like, John Cena sucks! And I just turned around and said, fuck you, man! High school got a lot better, though, with the bullying. It really did. Because when high school, people, they just don't care. I mean, they do care, but they don't care that you're gay. They just don't care. My friend Cheyenne is just going to watch this video, and she's going to feel that about herself. I just want her to know that it's a me problem when she compliments me. Even my friend Allegra, who's going to watch this video. Even my friend Nick, I don't, even with my friend Nick, he doesn't watch a lot of my YouTube videos. He watches some of them, but not all of them. I don't even know if Cheyenne or Allegra watches all of my videos, but I know for a fact Nick only watches a couple of them. But even with him, when he says something nice about me, like, oh, you're beautiful, I don't believe him. Because look at me! Are you blind? I remember every morning at around 9 a.m., because that's when she would typically wake up in the summer of 7th grade, the summer after 7th grade. She would wake up at around 8 or 9 a.m. And then her first text, she would say, hey, beautiful. Every morning I looked forward to her texting me that. Every single morning. Every single morning she texted, hey, beautiful. Every single morning. And when she said those 2 words, I felt it. I never had to feel, oh, you're just saying that to be nice. Never. Not once as I felt like that when I was with her. Even when she says, talk to you later, I don't get the feeling of, oh, you're just saying talk to you later just because you just don't want to talk to me anymore. Like when she says goodbye, I'll text you later, it means goodbye, I'll text you later. But when other people say TTYL, TTYOXOL, I don't believe them. Oh, you're just saying that because you're just bored. You don't want to talk to me anymore. But when she says goodbye, it means goodbye. She's a very genuine person. I'm an Aries. I'm fully on impulsive, very passionate person. If you look up what an Aries is, I'm an Aries till I die.
Bitch up from the land.
I fully am the definition of what an Aries is. I'm not even half of it. I'm fully the definition. Impulsive, passionate, very caring, actually. a very caring person. Angry? Well, if you make me angry, then yeah, I am angry. No self-control. I actually do have self-control, actually. When I was younger, I didn't have self-control. When someone calls me a faggot, I'll turn around, you know, hit them in the face. But I'm not like that anymore because it's not worth my time. I have a lot more self-control. But when it comes to the impulsive part, the passionate, the romantic side, obsessive side, oh my God, I'm all of it. But you know, if you're not obsessive with the person that you love, and then it's not love. You know, love isn't a 9-to-5 job with a picket white fence and a dog named Spiky. You know, love is supposed to be a bit chaotic. Love is supposed to be passionate. I want to wake up one day and not know if I'm gonna live or die. Well, probably not to that extent, but love should be romantic. Love isn't about, flowers and chocolate. Love is supposed to be meaningful and thoughtful. Love isn't about, let me buy you this diamond ring. No, love is actually writing letters. People don't write letters to people anymore. That's romantic. I want all the bad and all the good when it comes to love. I don't want it to be boring. Let's get into the movies and eat dinner. Oh man. But I'm afraid that I'll be too much for her. Because I'm all the worst parts of my parents. I'm all the worst parts of what being an Aries is. Even I know some people believe in that type of stuff, but I do. All that zodiac sign, I do. Aries are also very loyal, very passionate. Aries, they usually keep to themselves, but once you get to know them, you can't shut them up. Aries are typically introverted, but once you get to know them, extroverted. That's me. I'm an introvert until you get to know me. Yeah, but people don't talk to people anymore. They don't write letters to people anymore. And that's all I have to give to her. I have nothing to give. All I have is those letters. Things would be different if I didn't have health problems. You know, things would be different if I actually had a job. Then maybe I could shoot my shot, maybe or maybe not. I can't force her to be gay. I just can't. It's like how I can't force myself to be straight. It just doesn't happen. I do want to talk to her to see what she's been up to. I want her to know the new version of me. I always been the new version of me. I've always been this version of me. It's just that it was hiding when you met me. Sometimes I like to think that I just have a slow start to life because I'm 24, but I look 16. You know, I'm 24 and I still live with my parents. All the time, people always, even my mom's friend, she always thinks that I'm 13 or 12. I'm like, do I really look like I'm 12? I don't think I do. But sometimes I just think that I just have a slow start to life. That when I'm 50, I'm gonna look 20. You know, and when I'm 50, hopefully I'll have some kind of income. I just like to think that I just have a slow start to life. That maybe soon I'll start to fully blossom into the flower that I'm supposed to be. When I was 12, I acted like I was 5. When I was 15, I acted like I was 12. When I'm 20, I'm 24. I act like I'm, about 20. But in terms of being an adult, I don't have a job. I do my own laundry, I clean my own room, I do all that stuff. It's just that financially speaking, I don't have it. I'm probably the most mature. I was about to say mentally stable, but I'm not mentally stable. But I would have to say I'm the most mature unemployed person ever. Most mature unemployed college graduate student ever. I just can't find a job. It's impossible. But I have a job interview on Thursday. I don't want to say the L word. Love that show, by the way. Love that show. She knows it. In those letters, I say it all the time. That I love you. I'm scared of the word love. Why? It's like all I ever talk about is love. You know, I talk about, oh, I love this girl. But when it comes to actually saying, Aquinnah, I love you, I can't say it. What is she gonna think when she watches this video? You know, it's been 10 years. Just get over it. I keep thinking about her. It's not that I don't want to keep thinking about her. She's everywhere. She's in my dream. I dream about Aquinnah all the time. Most of my dreams, when I do dream about her, it's seeing her from a distance and me wanting to talk to her, and then I go up to talk to her and she just disappears. That has to be a euphemism for something. I see her from a distance, whether it's the back of her head or it's the front of her head. I go up to her, whether I'm running, jogging, walking, and then she literally just fades away out of the air. She just fades away. 80% of the time that I do dream about her, I never talk to her. I never get the chance to talk to her. I want to. I go up to her, and then she just disappears. I know exactly what that means. In real life, I want to talk to her, but how can I? By the way, I love you. By the way, I know you don't like girls, but I still love you. Okay, bye. You know? Hey, I love you, but also, if you do have the same feelings for me, I don't want to date you because I have attachment problems. Like, hey, I love you, but I don't want to date you. Hey, I love you, but I don't want to marry you. Hey, I love... But I want to talk to her. I do. But I want to talk to her so bad. That's the thing with her. I don't even want to make out with her. You guys think it's this sexual thing. You know, the other day, Moose was like, actually scissor you. I don't want to do that. I just want to talk to her, dude. I want to hug her. That's how much of a lesbian I am. I don't even want to make out with her. You know, I just want to watch a movie with her. Hold hands with her. Without my hands being freaking sweaty all the time. You know, I just want to look, stare at those brown eyes, and tell her that I love her. That's how much I care about her. It's not even a sex thing. In my dreams, I have never once had a sex dream about a queen. That's how much I love her. She's too delicate. I just want to admire her. Look into her beautiful eyes. That's all I want. I want to have those deep conversations about how 9/11 is fake and it was a simulation.
How did they know who did this so quickly like they did Lee Harvey Oswald? How quick they knew Lee Harvey Oswald killed Kennedy.
Because the people who did it were identified and we knew who they were.
Well, then why couldn't we have stopped them beforehand if they were identified and we knew who they were?
It was a failure of intelligence. Everyone's accepted
No, it
that.
wasn't. We knew before with Condoleezza Rice's memo on August 6th when it stated right in the memo, bin Laden to steal planes and run them into buildings. And more stuff is coming out now also, how much the Bush administration ignored the intelligence. It was almost like they ignored it because they wanted it to happen.
Oh, come off it, Jesse.
No, not oh, come off it. Wait a minute. Every war fought starts with a false flag operation.
You can't, in all seriousness, sit there and try and make out anybody in the
Okay,
Bush
let me ask you this, Piers. Wait a minute. Let me ask you something. How much studying have you actually done of 9/11 other than what the government's told you and what mainstream media has told
actually.
you?
I've
been studying it 4 years.
I was editor of a national newspaper.
I've talked
and
to people.
Wait a minute. In depth every day for
Really?
5-6 months.
Really?
So I know a lot about it.
Well,
And one
then
thing
how
I do
come?
know is
Let me ask you this
you
then.
cannot say that any member of the Bush administration knew it was going to happen or wanted it to happen. It's a ridiculous thing to say.
Ridiculous. Okay, let's talk about your
BBC. I have a tape of a BBC reporter broadcasting directly back to England talking about a third building has collapsed. World Trade Center Building 7 talks for 7 minutes. All the while she's talking, World Trade Center Building 7 is still standing right behind her. It didn't fall for another half hour. Yet they were doing a pre-broadcast back to England that, yes, it's true, that this building fell and it hadn't fallen yet.
I want to talk about how birds are fake. I want to talk about how there's alien life on Mars. I want to talk about everything. I want to talk about the Epstein files. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about conspiracy theories about her. I don't want the, what do you want for dinner? Oh, I don't know. What do you want? I don't want that. I want to talk about the conspiracy theories. Okay, I want to talk about the Epstein files. I want to talk about aliens. That's why all of my relationships has failed. All of my girlfriends call me crazy. They do. Why can't you just be normal? That's why I gave myself the name insane. My parents always tell me, why can't you just be normal? This is nothing but normal. That's literally all I want. I just want to talk about conspiracy theories with her. I want to serenade her underneath an oak tree during a full moon as I play the guitar. That's romantic. Not only do I want to play the guitar for her, but I want it to be under the midnight moonlight on a full moon underneath an oak tree. That's romantic. Romantic is not having dinner at 5 p.m. That's not romantic. I want to watch movies with her, Just anything, watch anything, I don't care. A documentary about dogs, I don't care. I want to watch just a documentary with her, I don't care what it is. I want her to fart on my face. Well, probably not. No. You guys know what I mean. Not literally. But I want all the bad, I want all the good. I want it all. But can I have that? No, I'm too crazy. I'm too insane to be loved by anyone. Well, this concludes this video for now. I can never run out of things to say about Aquinnah. If you read those letters, I'm on letter 27 as of this date, as of now. And you would think I would run out of things to say. But I just can't. I can talk about her all day. For all my patients watching, don't ever be afraid to talk about your feelings. Look at this video. If you need someone to talk to me. I'll link my Instagram down below. Comment below. Just comment below anything and I'll respond to you. You guys know. The patients who frequently watch my videos, Nathan, Country Kirby, Moose, Sherry, a couple of those other people, Daft Punk, aka Huggy Wuggy. You know that I always, Casino, but you guys always know that I always respond to comments. I always do. I take pride in responding to every single possible comment that comes across any of my videos. But comment below anything and we can talk about it. I'll even make a video about it. Maybe I can give some advice. Don't ever be afraid to speak your mind. Because one day someone is going to love you in the ways that you don't love yourself. No matter how insane you may be, there is always a Aquinnah to love you back. Yeah, I like that. I like that one. But no matter how insane it may be, there is always someone out there to complete the insanity! Pathetic. I finished editing this video a couple days ago. Today's Tuesday, and I'm going to post this video on Thursday. I don't have that much time left. The longer that I wait to post this video, the easier it'll get for me to find reasons to delete this video. I have things that I still need to say. I find it hilarious how this is a video about me confessing my love for someone. And I just inserted a 2-minute clip of 9/11 conspiracy theories. I wanted to film this section, this part, without any subtitles, without any funny images, because this is who I am. This is me. This video sucks. I don't know what I was thinking with the editing that I was going for, with the funny images, the sound effects, the subtitles, the funny videos. But this is me. Most of the day I sit like this. I'm not smiling, I'm not sad. This is what my face looks like most of the time. I want Aquinnah to know, and even if, not even Aquinnah, but even if she doesn't like me back, I'm not expecting her. But just for as my future wife, this is who she's getting into. This part is going to be unedited with this clip, this section, because I want you to know that this is who I am. When this video goes public, there will not be any secrets left behind. I'm in love with Aquinnah. That's my biggest secret. I watch porn about once a week because I'm lonely. I don't have a porn addiction or any of that. Trust me, I don't. It's just that I would just watch it once a week. And that's it. But I promise that when I do meet someone, I'm not gonna watch it again. I only watch it because I have that freedom. I'm single. But even then, it feels like I am cheating. Because I think about her. I always think about Aquinnah. So when I do watch porn, I feel guilty. Even though I'm not dating Aquinnah, I'm still thinking about her, you know. In high school, I used to be the loud, energetic kid. I was that kid that walked around with his speaker and blasted music up and down the hallways. I was that kid with the speaker. A lot of the kids hated me for it, but a lot of the kids also liked me for it. A lot of teachers hated me, but I also had a lot of teachers that loved it because I would blast all kinds of music, 80s, 70s, 60s, present music. I blasted all kinds of music. I was that kid in school. I was the energetic kid. I would smile. I mean, not smile a lot, but I did smile. I had so much energy back then. I remember I got into bodybuilding after my first breakup. After dating my first real girlfriend who broke me to death. And I fell in love with bodybuilding. I turned one obsession into another obsession. And for a couple of years I got really into bodybuilding. For some reason, I'm 5'1", and at the time I weighed 120 pounds, 125, but I was eating 5,000 calories, I was probably burning about 5,000 calories a day. But I specifically remember having so much energy, and I had the ability to multitask in between classes. I would wake up at 4 a.m. just so I could go to the gym and do my morning cardio. Go to school, I would do my homework. I'll be doing my math homework in English class. I'll be in my English class. I'll be doing science homework in English class. And then when I come home, I had no homework left. I don't know how I did it. When I was walking to class, I had a protein bar and like juice. And then during lunch, instead of eating lunch at lunchtime, I would walk up and down the stairs and go outside and just walk around to burn some extra calories. Or I would go in the gym because I was close friends with the gym teacher. I would go in and go in the gym and just hang out there at lunch, like, I swear to God. I remember Aquinnah seeing me one time. I had like a protein bar in one hand and I was like chewing on it very aggressively. But I got really into bodybuilding in high school. I was probably working out 4 hours a day. In the morning before school, during school too, and then after school. Then I don't know what happened to me. COVID, I know that. I never had COVID. I don't think I ever did. But when COVID happened, lockdown happened, I started having all kinds of symptoms, and then I developed the symptoms that I have now, and since then I haven't been able to go to the gym. Because if I do go to the gym, I'll pass out because of my blood sugar. But I loved bodybuilding. I loved it. I loved it so much. I loved it. I remember senior year, high school senior year, we had to take, every senior had to take a practice SAT test in the gym. So one day, all the seniors, and I think some juniors took it as well, but all the seniors gathered in the gym to take a practice SAT test. And it wasn't very structured. I mean, there was no time limit, just practice. So, you still have your phones in your pockets, So they didn't take away our phones. It's just a practice SAT test. I keep on saying SET as SAT. Anyway, I remember me getting up about every 30 minutes or every hour to go to the bathroom. Because when I first sat down at the gym, because it's in alphabetical order by last name, when I came in, I saw Aquinnah sitting in the front row, and I just kept that image in my head. And then I had to sit all the way in the middle, because my last name's Morley, so I'm in the middle. And it killed me not to see her, because the way that I was sitting behind her. She could probably see the back of my head, but I couldn't see her because I wasn't facing front, I was facing the back. The point is, about every hour or every 30 minutes, I would intentionally get up to go to the bathroom just so I can walk past her, because the way that she sat next to the exit leading to the bathroom, the door. The only reason why I got up so many times was just so I could see her. She probably thought I was weird. She probably thought I had some bladder problem or I was cheating on the test by going in the bathroom and looking up answers on my phone. I did do that. I did. Don't care. I did do that. But I only got up just so I could see her. I think I got up, 4 or 3 times, I think. I remember I would answer like about 5 to 10, like every 5 to 10 questions. I took my time and then I would just get up. But with the thing with the practice SAT test is that it wasn't timed. So I literally, because since I didn't want to go to class that day, I just sat in the gym and I was one of those students. I just took all day to take the test. Yeah, a couple of people do that. I got done about 30 minutes when school was supposed to be over. I was in the gym taking the SAT test the whole day. But I got up about every so often just so I could see Aquinnah. Just for a second. I remember that. I got up just so I could see her. And then another time, this was in middle school. We had a dance unit, and so everyone in PE had to hold hands, and I was in the same PE class as Aquinnah at one point in middle school. We all had to hold hands and dance. And I was being a jackass that day, and I told the teacher I didn't want to hold hands. Because I knew that I had to eventually hold hands with Aquinnah, and I remember at that time I was just trying my best to avoid Aquinnah. And I have hyperhidrosis, along as with every other medical problem that's wrong with me. I have hyperhidrosis in my hands with this, which is excessive sweating. It's not a life-threatening medical condition. It's just that I have extra sweat glands in my hands. And I didn't want to hold her hand because I didn't want her to think that I'm disgusting, that my hands are sweaty. So I was just a jackass, and Aquinnah saw me go up to the teacher, and it was just terrible. I opted out just so I didn't want to hold hands with her, because I have sweaty hands. And I was trying to avoid her at all costs. And then another time, in middle school, I had a lot of anger problems. I remember one day, my locker, my back, what's it called, like the strap, it got caught on the locker, on the inside of the locker hook, and I took it off. But I don't know what it was, but I got angry at this locker and I started punching it. And my locker in middle school was next to Aquinnah's table. She had a Pacific table that she sat at the cafeteria, and her tables were directly next to the lockers. She would hang out with her friends at that table, and she saw me viciously punch my locker to death. It was embarrassing. I was very immature in middle school. I remember punching that locker and then turning around and then Aquinnah just looking at me. I remember that. When I was, my parents used to beat me. They stopped doing it when I went to middle school, my father he used to beat me with his black correctional officer belt because he used to be a correctional officer. Well, at the time he was still a correctional officer, but now he's retired. But at the time, he used his utility belt. And my mom's weapon of choice was always a wooden stick. That's why Aquinnah, I was just different back then. I think one day too, my parents realized that hitting a child is not right. Because I remember one day, it just stopped. They haven't hit me since then. That's why I was always the loud, the weird kid in school, because at school it felt like I could be myself. Not really be myself because I still got bullied in school, but when I would go to school, I could be a whole different person. I could be loud, I can cuss, I can do whatever I want. But when I came home, I had to be quiet. I had to make sure they didn't hear the music that I was listening to, because my parents disapprove of the music that I listen to. They disapprove of my lifestyle. Everything needs to be quiet. My father, one of his many jobs in the army he did was a drill sergeant. And I'm very honored by my dad. He did amazing work in the army. He's a military man by heart, but a lot of military people, they make it their whole personality. And that's what he did to me. There are aspects that my father did taught me from the military, but there's aspects that are bad. So when I came home, it wasn't very fun at all. So that's why at school, I had to be the loud one. I had to be the funny one. I had to be the one who would get in fights all the time. I didn't have that much self-control back then. Now, instead of the hitting, my parents yell at me. It's kind of messed up how I still want them to hit me. Because when I was little, they never yelled at me. Because if they do hit me, I know that it's going to end eventually. My dad had a thing where it was scheduled. Certain days of the week, he would hit me, and then he'll only do it 10 times, and he'll make me count to 10. 1, 2, 3, and he'll make me count. Within a minute, it was over. But now, it's the yelling. Sometimes when my parents yell at me, it could be 5 minutes of yelling. It could be 3 hours. Sometimes I wish I would get hit again, because at least I know when it'll end. Because then I could be like, oh, this pain is only going to be a minute. I can go back in my room and do whatever I want. But now with the yelling, it's who knows how long it may be. I know it's messed up to say that I'd rather be hit with a belt and then be yelled at. I'm not afraid of my parents anymore. When they yell at me, I just look them in the eyes. Sometimes I daydream about what's for dinner. Sometimes I daydream about what I'm going to do that day or the next day. I used to be scared looking my parents in the eyes. I used to look down like this when they would yell at me, but now I look at them. I have a different type of anger. It's more numbness. When they yell at me, it feels therapeutic when they yell at me. I can't explain it, but you would think when people yell at you, you would get angry. I used to be like that. That's why at school, especially in middle school, I lashed out a lot. But It's a different type of anger. It's more numb. When my parents yell at me, my heart rate slows down, and it feels like time has stopped. I'm calm for some reason. I'm very calm, and that's it. Sometimes I even space out. I just look at him and I just space out. I got used to the yelling that it doesn't bother me anymore. Well, it does bother me, obviously. But I don't get angry when they do yell at me. My anger is more numbness than anything. I feel numb a lot. I'm not happy, I'm not sad. I think about killing myself every day. And it's not the, oh, I had a bad day, I'm killing myself. Oh, I stepped on a rock, I'm killing myself. I think about suicide a lot. The only thing keeping me alive is my dogs. And the thought of finding a girl who loves me. All I want is love. If not for me, and then for my dogs. If not for my dogs, and then I'll live life for Aquinnah. If not for Aquinnah, and then my future wife somewhere. I can't be selfish, you know. I live in a beautiful house, a nice neighborhood. I try not to get sad when my parents yell at me. So I keep my feelings to myself. I told my parents about my suicidal thoughts, and you know what they said to me? If there's anyone in this house that should be suicidal, it's me. My dad said that, and that made me sad. That he feels the same way. He told me that if there's anyone in this house that feels they need to kill themselves, it's me. If there's anyone in this house that is stressful, it's me. And that scares me too. My father says his pain is worse than mine. In some ways, I agree, because his pain is PTSD. But my dad doesn't hate himself, I hate myself. I think me and my dad, we have the same amount of pain. Just a different type of pain, you know. He had, like for example, I have pain in my arm, he has pain in his leg. What's worse? I don't know. That's how I compare my pain with my dad. Mine's in my arm, his is in his leg. What's worse? I don't know. That's why I don't talk about my feelings to my parents, because my dad has cancer and he has other things going on, so it's like, why should I be complaining? I don't even have a job. And then even my mom, she worked her life. She came from Korea and she learned English herself and worked a lot of odd jobs, and then she retired. So why can I not be selfish, you know? So I don't talk about my feelings to them. The only way that I know how is to make a YouTube video. I'm telling Aquinnah this because I want her to know that this is me. No fancy edits, no fancy subtitles, no funny images of Shrek. This is who I am. I came to the realization that I'm never going to be perfect for her. This video is messy, but that's the whole point of life, is to be messy. That is the whole point of life, is to be messy. That's the whole point. I watched a TV show called Harley Quinn. It's on HBO Max, the animated series Harley Quinn. I forgot the villain's name, but there's a villain towards the last season, and he says something like, that's the whole point. The whole point is the mess. I'll insert a clip here.
Come on, Brainy. Let's break this glass like a Jewish groove.
But that will make such a mess.
I hope the hell it does, because the mess is the point.
The mess is the point?
Yes! What do you think life is? We're born, we eat, we shit, and then we die. It's a great big mess. But a wonderful great big mess.
The mess is the point?
I know I said I wasn't going to edit anything, but it would make sense if I did. Maybe it is the whole point. And maybe Aquinnah's not perfect either. Maybe she feels the same way I do. Maybe she sees me the way that I see her. Because in my eyes, she's perfect. Maybe in her eyes, she sees me as perfect. You know? We won't know until I text her. I'm gonna text her. I promise. When this video goes public, I'm gonna have to text her, and then she's gonna see this video. That's the whole point of life. Is the mess. I never been loved before. This is the impulsive, the obsessive side of me. I can never shut up. As soon as I start on a topic, I can never stop. I want those deep conversations. You can't tell me that we're the only planet that inhabits life. You know, there's other galaxies out there that have their own solar system. You can't tell me we're the only solar system on Earth. I want to have those deep conversations. I don't want the boring conversations. I don't want the, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? How many brothers do you have? I don't want those conversations. I want to have the conversations of what scares you the most in life. What's your goals in life? Do you believe in aliens? You know, do you believe that there's other life in other galaxies? That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about conspiracy theories with her, you know? Not only do I want to get to know her, but I want to be able to understand her. I want to understand why she is the way she is. I want to be her own encyclopedia. I want to know everything that there is to know about Aquinnah. I don't want the basic questions of, what's for dinner? What's your favorite food? Those are simple. I want the deep questions. What scares you the most in life? What do you want in life? I want those type of conversations with her. You know, you can't replace Aquinnah. You can't. And it's not just sort of that I'm physically attracted to her, it's the, her personality. It does help that she is my type physically, but she has a good personality. I know that sounds so cliche, you know, but I can tell that she's a genuinely a good person. I have a hard time finding love. I have an easy time falling in love, but I have a hard time finding people who love me. But Aquinnah is the only person that I have met so far in my life that I can genuinely say that she once cared about me. There is also a part of me that's, since I have low self-esteem, there is a part of me that thinks the only reason why she texted me in 7th, or why she texted me this summer after 7th grade was because she felt sorry for me, that she knew I had a crush on her, so she just texted me to be nice. There's a part of me that just thinks that she wanted to be nice to me. But then, why did she look confused and disgusted when she saw me hold hands with a guy? You know what I mean? It shows me that she cared. Or why would she follow me on Facebook after all these years? Maybe she's too scared to talk to me, like I'm scared to talk to her. Yeah. Even if I don't end up with Aquinnah, I'll end up with someone. This is what I want. When I love someone, I love hard. I really want to get to understand Aquinnah, not just know her, not just date her, but really understand who she is. I always paid close attention to all of her boyfriends, Chevy, Matthew, Ryan. Then she dated, I don't know his name. He had a class with me. He had blonde hair. He looked like a skater boy. He was a skater boy. She says, see you later, boy. Ryan was the only guy that I was like, really? She's dating this guy? Because I remember, he sat in front of me, right? Yeah, he sat in, so I was behind, yeah. He sat in front of me in honors econ class, and I remember he would smoke his vape, he would smoke his Juul, and he would blow the smoke in his backpack. I always thought that was very unprofessional. And I would just think, she's dating this guy? She's dating him? Really? That's crazy. In high school, I never had any classes with Aquinnah. Never. I would rarely see her up. I would rarely see her up in the hallways. Very rarely I did. Sometimes I would take different routes to my classes just so I could see her. She never noticed. I noticed, I always saw her, but she never noticed me. She had a different schedule than I did. Sometimes I would go to the bathroom in class and go to lunch just so I could see her. Because the way my school was is that we had 3 different lunches. It wasn't like the whole high school had lunch all at the same time. We all had separate lunches, and I figured out fast that she didn't have the same lunch time as I did, so I would go to the bathroom in class, walk down to the cafeteria and see if I could see her. And I always did. I don't think she ever saw me. It's not like I went up to her, you know, from a distance. I just liked seeing her. That's weird. Is that weird? Yeah. I got really good at reading Aquinnah's body language. I got really good at it. She's weirdly extremely shy. She is. I got really good at reading her body language. She's gonna watch this video and be like, "Whoa, what the fuck? You stalked me? What the hell?" It's not stalking. But I always had classes with her boyfriends. I never had classes with Aquinnah. I always had classes with her boyfriends. Always did, and it ruined me. Because sometimes I would see Aquinnah walk them to class. It ruined me. It really did. I never was jealous of any of them, weirdly enough. I wasn't ever jealous. It was more of like a father and daughter thing. That sounds a bit weird, but it was more of a father instinct. It was more of, is this guy good for her? Is he or is he not? It wasn't jealousy like, oh, how dare she date this man? It's more of, is he a good guy? Yeah, but the only boyfriend I didn't like of hers was Ryan. I didn't think he took anything serious in life. But that's the thing with Aquinnah. I never got to figure out what her type was. Because all of her boyfriends looked physically different. And then over time, I realized that maybe it's not who she's attracted to physically. Maybe she saw something in them on the inside that most people didn't see. Like with me, or I was gonna say Ryan. Maybe she saw a more serious side to him. Maybe she saw a more smarter side to him. And then what he put on to other people. I think Aquinnah, she sees the good in people. She sees who they really are as their personality. Not who they are as a person, but who they really are on the inside. I think that's what she is attracted to. Because all of her boyfriends look different. Physically different. But I think that's what she goes for. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But I just made that assumption just because all of her boyfriends looked physically different. I like to think that she sees the good in people. That she doesn't judge them until she really gets to know them. Me, I can never be like that. That's just not the way I was born. Me, the thing with me when I see girls is that you have to be attractive in my eyes first, and then it's your personality. So like, when it comes to me, it's, are you pretty? Are you my type? Yes. Then it's like, okay, I'm gonna talk to you. You have a good personality? Okay, maybe you have a chance, but I'm never, oh, you're not my type, but you have a good personality, I'm not dating you. We can be friends. You know? And most people think like that. Most people, it's you have to be physically attracted to someone and mentally attracted to someone, and that's a plus. And then there's some people out there who are, I could care less about their personality. I just want to have sex with them because they're just so hot. That's not how I think. And Aquinnah, she's one of a kind. I think she doesn't care about physical appearance first. I think she cares about physical appearance last. That's the last thing that she cares about. I think the first thing she cares about is who they actually are as a person. And that's why I can never be good enough for her. She's one of a kind. The only reason why I had a crush on Aquinnah in the first place was because she's my type. I like girls with black hair, sort of my height. I don't really care if you're tall or short, but she's about 5'2". She's just my type. And then I got to know her a bit, and then that's when I fell in love. I hate that about myself because I'm not the 1%. You know, I'm the 99%. 99% of people in the world is like, in order to find a partner, you have to look hot and then have a good personality. I mean, look at Tinder, look at any online dating apps. You can swipe, I don't really, if it's swipe left or swipe right if you like them. But it's a whole game of just swiping. First appearance, how you look. And then if you match with someone, and then you get to know them. It's all about physical appearance first. But I don't think Aquinnah is into physical appearance. I think she's really into the mental side to it, the emotional side to it. She's too good for this world, because I could never be like that. I'm always, okay, you have to look hot first, and then I'll give you a chance. You know? I could be wrong. I could be. But I just like to think that sometimes that she sees the good in people. Because she had a thing with me for a while. We never dated, but we did talk. We did flirt, so. And then she dated guys that looked physically different. So I just like to think that she sees the good in people. There's a girl who had cancer. Her name was Naya. I think about her from time to time. And she died junior year of high school. I never talked to her a lot. I never really was friends with her. I had a couple classes with her. We did talk a little, but I wasn't very close with her. But the times that we did talk, she was a very kind person. I think about her a lot. So, with me saying, oh, I want to kill myself, my life sucks, I think about Naya a lot when I do think about suicide, because here I am, I have a good life. I have money, well, I don't have money, but I have a house, you know, I have parents who have a house, I live with them. I don't have cancer, and then here I am complaining, and then there's somebody out there who didn't have much of a choice, and she passed away. I think about her a lot. I can't be selfish because sometimes it really does hurt me that she died. Sometimes too, I say to myself, I wonder how she's doing. I wonder how Naya is doing. Then I go, oh wait. she's not there anymore. So that's the only reason why I haven't really killed myself yet, because I have my dogs to live for. I knew someone who did die, not by suicide, but because of cancer. And it's like, here I am complaining about my life when at this time she would have been the same age as I am if she would have won cancer. And then here I am, you know. And then I have Aquinnah to live for. If not for Aquinnah, then for another girl who is going to be my wife one day. I don't know what's worse, not thinking about suicide but knowing it's not good for you, or what. I think about suicide a lot. I just haven't done it yet because of those reasons. I have nothing to hide. I told you everything that you need to know in this video, Aquinnah. I watch porn once a week. I think about killing myself. I hate my life. I hate my body. I can't be selfish anymore. Every time when I think about One Direction, I always think about Naya, because that was her favorite band. I always think about her when I think of One Direction. There's other problems. There's a lot more other problems in the world, but this is who I am. I really hope someone watching this, not even Aquinnah, but some stranger watching this for the very first time, can probably gain some kind of lesson off of this. I'm not sure what lesson you would learn. There's something from it. I don't smile anymore. I don't laugh anymore. It's like Alyssa died. And I'm insane. I always been insane. It's like I'm a different person. I have no idea how Aquinnah is going to react to this. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. And that scares me. It does, because she's gonna find this video. I know she will, because she'll be like, oh, what have you been up to? And then I'll say I have a YouTube channel, and then she'll want me to send me my YouTube link, and then I'll send her a link. Like, I can't say, no, I'm not gonna send you my YouTube link. You know, she'll be like, yo, why? That's weird. She's gonna watch this video as is anyway. Wow, and then she's gonna read those letters too. She's gonna read those letters. I have to be honest and tell the truth. I have to tell Aquinnah the truth because, for one, I love watching. I like to watch movies because it makes me escape the pain in life. I like to pretend I'm the main character a lot of times when I watch movies. Immerse myself in the movies that I watch. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with a lot of things, but I like Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. More specifically, Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. He's my Spider-Man. He's my only Spider-Man. Henry Cavill, he's my Superman. Alright? Don't get that confused, people. The new Superman movie's good, but Henry Cavill, he's my Superman. Anyway, in Spider-Man 2, when Peter talks to Octavius, there's a scene. I forgot the quote, but it's like, if you keep something like love bottled up inside, it'll make you sick. I'll insert a clip here.
If you keep something as complicated as love stored up inside, it's gonna make you sick.
And the whole premise of that movie, Spider-Man 2, is that Spider-Man loses his powers. And then Octavius literally just said to him, If you keep something like love locked up inside, it'll make you sick. And the whole plot of Spider-Man 2 is Peter losing his powers because he can't tell the woman he loves the truth. That he's Spider-Man and that he's in love with her. He's been in love with her this whole time. And then Mary Jane gets in trouble, and then he saves her, and then blah blah blah. He gets his powers back. Keeping this secret is making me sick. It really is. Mentally sick. I mean, I made a Spotify playlist, if that's not crazy enough. I'm making a video, if that's not crazy enough. I've been writing letters to her on a website, which is not crazy enough. I think about her every single day of my life. And she needs to know the truth, because if Peter can become Spider-Man, and if the whole point of life is the mess, and if my name is insane, and then goddamn, I can become honest. To her, it's time. My whole existence, or our whole existence of me talking to Aquinnah, has been a lie. She has never gotten to know the real me. Never. And I'm disappointed in that, because she never got to get a chance of who I really am as a person. Because she met me when I was young. She met me when I was immature. I was going through a lot of things emotionally speaking. And she never got to know the real me. And that's wrong. It feels like I committed a crime. I cheated on a test. I feel guilty that she never got to know who I really am as a person. So that's why I have to tell her everything about me in this video. So that she gets to know the truth about who I am. I'm not obsessive, I'm not weird, it's just that I'm a lesbian. It's just that it's what we do. You know, straight people, there's not a single straight couple that does this type of stuff. Writing letters. Making a YouTube video. This is something that gay people would do, you know. Also, I have no idea why when my hair grows out, that happens. This happens when my hair grows out. Just something that happens. I can't kill myself, I can't. I have too much to live for. I have my dogs. I have Aquinnah. I have my dream to becoming famous. 1 million subscribers. I have too much to live for. I mean, we all die. We're all gonna die at some point. We're all gonna get there sometime. Why not do it sooner, you know? But I don't think like that. I can't. I can't think like that. Because things are gonna get better. Things will get better. For the past 5 years, I've been emotionally numb. For 5 years straight. I want to be happy again. I want to laugh again. I want to blast music and be happy. I haven't blasted music. I haven't blasted music on speakers since high school. Graduation in high school was terrible for me because my girlfriend broke up with me the day of graduation. She told me that in text, Alyssa, I am so happy that you're graduating so I don't have to ever see you again in my life. And I never forgotten that. I never did. So the whole time I was at graduation, I was just sad. I remember my mom had to take my graduation photo a couple of times because she told me I didn't smile. She kept telling me, why do you look sad? Smile. Keep smiling. Because every time I would smile in my graduation photo, my mom told me it looked weird. Yeah, but I haven't really been the same in 5 years. But it was because of that relationship I got into self-improvement. I think everyone needs that one relationship that really changes them, or that one event, one situation in their life that really alters the way that they look at life. And that relationship wasn't even gonna last anyway. Because even when I was with her, I always thought about Aquinnah. And she cheated on me, so it was gonna happen either way. On graduation, before graduation, it was gonna happen anyway. Either way, it was gonna happen. I'm scared to fall in love again. Because the thing with Aquinnah, I rather would experience dating her, getting to know her, getting to understand her, and then knowing that if you're not perfect for each other, and then breaking up. I rather would experience getting my heart broken over Aquinnah than ever getting my heart broken by Aquinnah, you know? It kills me of thinking about, what if she's the one? I rather would experience being loved by Aquinnah for 6 months, 3 months, 2 years. But then at least I get to know that we're not perfect for each other. I rather would do that. You know, get to date her, get to experience her, and then find out what's gonna happen next. Because love ends in 2 ways, either in divorce or in death. But being loved by Aquinnah, it's something else, dude. I really hope that the guys that she dated appreciated her for who she is. I really did. You know, I really hope that the guys that she dated wrote letters to her, made a video about her. I really hope that they did. That they really get to respect Aquinnah, love her the way that she is meant to be loved. I really hope, and not in a sexual way, but in emotionally speaking. I really hope that they treated her very well. I hope that they did. Alright, my camera is dying, as is. Please subscribe to this channel so that I can invest in a camera, please. And I'm trying to get a job. That job interview that I talked about earlier in this video, they have not emailed me back, and it's been 2 weeks. I had an interview last 2 weeks ago on a Thursday, and they told me that they will let me know the following week, and it's already been the following week. So yeah, I still don't have a job. The job market, it's impossible to get a job right now, but I'm trying. Trust me, I am trying, Aquinnah. I am. But please subscribe so that I could become monetized on YouTube and invest in a camera that doesn't shut down all the time, please. It's the next day. Today's Wednesday. I'm editing the last part of this video. I just wanted to say that if you constantly have to prove your love to someone and then it's not love, let's not even talk about Aquinnah, just hypothetically speaking. If you have to think, I'm not good enough for her, if I am not perfect enough, and then that's not love. If you constantly have to say to yourself, I don't deserve this person. If you constantly have to prove yourself to someone, that's not love. If they can't appreciate all your quirks, all of the good and all of the bad about you, then what's the point? The whole point is the mess. If you have watched this whole entire 2-hour video, I congratulate you. I wasn't expecting this would be 2 hours long. At least staying 3 hours, like the very first one that I tried to film. But I have to post this video. I'm not gonna do it. I have to. I wish that you guys can see who Aquinnah looks like. I'm not going to insert a picture of her because I think that's inappropriate. Because for one, I'm not seeing her. For two, reason number two, she didn't give her consent. She doesn't know I'm making this video. And all of her social media accounts is on private. So I assume she doesn't want pictures of her on the internet that she doesn't know about. Just so out of respect. But I know a lot of people are curious, because I would be curious too, who does this girl look like? She looks like a mix between Nicole Raffi, she's a YouTuber that I watch often. She also looks like a mix between the actor that played Sarah in Superman and Lois. Loved that TV show, by the way. Loved it. The season finale made me cry so much. And then she also looks like Alex from Modern Family. But Aquinnah's better. She doesn't look like them. They look like her. There's a difference. Aquinnah doesn't look like them. They look like her. But that's who Aquinnah looks like. I'm not going to show you a picture of her. Just out of respect. Why not? She friend requested me, so, why not? I could easily screenshot some of the photos and insert it in this video, but I'm not going to do that. Just out of respect. But what I will do is tell you guys what she looks like so that you guys can paint a picture in your head, because I would be curious too if I'm watching this video and it's 2 hours long. This girl has to be beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, who is this girl? Who does this person think she is? You know what I mean? Yeah, but that's who Aquinnah looks like. I think that's who she looks like. I don't know. But that's what I think she looks like. This video is... it's insane. I know for a fact there's gonna be comments below this video that's gonna say, this is insane, this is weird, this is crazy. That's the whole point. That's why my name's Insane. I combined my name Melissa within the name Insane. It's the whole point. This whole channel is designated to be an asylum. I'm insane, and this is my asylum, and you are my patients. No matter... I'm gonna do my outro again, because I always do my outro. But no matter how insane that you may be, there is always someone out there to complete the insanity.